gonna tell you some unrealistic bullshit to make you be like, oh, that's what I gotta do. I'm about to give you the game right now. I met a millionaire. I sat down with him and I just talked to him for like a couple hours. I was in Africa. Changed my mindset. And he was telling me, he said, see what happens is when you come from poverty, desperation and lack is your mindset. So you want to hold on to something, right? That's the thought process of I'm saving my money, right? I'm gonna save my money. I'm saving my money. Terrible thing to do, people. This is what saving looks like. This is life. This is liabilities. This is
shout out everybody on Instagram, bro.
Vacations and bills, unexpected bills,
and all that.
A woman, here come a child, and it get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's life. Investing looks like this. And investing, it should look like this. But this is on the right side, small. Investing is this. Investing is growth.
It's growth.
Saving is not. That's what I learned. And the man told me, he said, when you take your money and put it in the bank, this fucked me up right here. He said, how you think the bank makes so much money? Most of us think it's because of the interest rate. Man, the interest rate, man. It can't be for the interest rate because motherfuckers like me, I didn't used to pay my shit. My shit was in collections. I don't know about y'all. I don't know how hood and ratchet y'all was or is, but me, I was one of them. Hey, man, y'all got to get that shit look, man. So I know y'all can't get rid of it.
Listen up, baby. It's Friday, baby.
So how do banks so rich? When you take your money and you set the money in the bank account, as soon as you set that money in the bank account and sign that paper, deposit slip, and go to the bank, guess what? The bank start trading on your money instantly. Take my $35 paycheck. Yes, sir, rebound. And then you're like, okay, thank you. Have a good day, girl. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna just save it. You saving it.
They
it's
invest
collecting just for you. Before you get out the bank, they trading your money. So your $3,500 is $15,000 before the day even ends.
This ain't never gonna get over.
Within an hour, it turns from $3,500 into $15,000. But if you come back into that bank and say, let me see what I got in my bank account, it's gonna be the $3,500 you put in there. So they're making a profit off of your money every fucking hour, and you ain't gonna get none of that. You just saving, baby. You being pimped. Most of my money don't even see the bank. The bank, y'all ain't been trading my motherfucking money. I'm gonna trade my money. What the fuck I look like? Then you get all the profit, and I come in there and got the same thing, and sitting there looking at me like say it was I put it in there. You got me fucked up. Most of us don't know that. See, back in the day, you had to have $1 million. You had to be in Wall Street to be able to trade. So we didn't have this opportunity back in the day, people. And I ain't just talking about black people. I'm talking about people that don't have shit. I'm talking about people that are not in the 1 percentile. No matter what color you are, that's the real shit. Where do you fit at in this world in the tax bracket?
Yeah.
Okay.
The have and the have not.
Rate shit. We think that's what it is about that bag.
It's about that money.
Now, in 2021, I don't have to have $1 million. I don't have to have my daddy who got me and signed in, brought me to Wall Street with my suit on the trade. And I don't have to do that. I can trade with $100. Like, this shit is wide the fuck open.
That's wide. That boy says wide, bro.
Who trades for me said to me the other day, he said, bro, I don't get about you. He said, you're a very smart dude, man. But my question is, why do you allow me to trade for you? You didn't want the bank to do it for you. Because when he trades for me now, he get a cut on my money. Why would you want me to trade for you? Right? You know you my brother. I'm going to give you all the game. Why ain't you saying, Mike, teach me how to trade so I can trade and keep 100% of the profit? Why not, Mike? And I had to be honest with myself. And the same reason most of us out here know that we can trade now, it ain't like back in the day, but we don't want to do it, is because I was scared. I was afraid. Because when I see them motherfucking wiggly lines and shit, it look like wiggly lines to me. Wiggly lines and numbers and digits and graphs and shit. I'm like, hold on. Now public school, Mike, that's a little too much for me. I don't know that. It seems, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I can learn that. And guess what came to my mind? This is going to hit you in the heart, right? This is going to fuck you up. When you went to that job that you're doing right now, that you don't even like, you didn't know how to do it.
Yep.
All that shit looked foreign to you.
All of it. You ain't know how to do it.
But guess what they said to you? Don't worry.
We got you.
We're going to teach you how to do it.
We're going to teach you.
Yeah, we got a whole program.
You was like, yeah, I'm locked in 8 hours a day.
Don't worry about it, Michael. Yeah, we have orientation. Oh, we got this shit broken down. See, it's foreign right now, but in 90 days, oh, nigga, you're going to be cold at this shit. We're going to teach you something you don't know how to do that's foreign to you to come in here and make this other motherfucker rich. Yeah, that's what we going to do. That's the game. So why am I not afraid to come learn that shit to make this big sloppy sandwich eating motherfucker that's on a yacht somewhere with beautiful women that would never give him no ass if he wasn't that rich? Right. Because of me. Right. Because of your ass. So we in here making his dreams come true. I'm gonna tell you some unrealistic bullshit to make you be like, oh,
what's good, man?
I'm about to give you the game. Right?
What's good, man? I gotta start off the Friday with that, man. What's good? All right, man, we about to get in this thing and talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. What's going on, man? That's how I'm gonna start off every Friday with my dude, man. With my dude spitting that real game to you. Sometimes you just gotta hear from somebody else. I'm gonna find some other people too for y'all to listen to other than myself. Listen to man. First of all, man, scrolling at the bottom, 786-459-499. Y'all want to get involved in the stock market. Y'all want to learn. Y'all want to see what we doing, how we invest, what we investing in. Get you started going investing in the stock market. Learn about crypto. Learn about Forex. Something else about to start, man. About to start doing Zoom classes, free Zoom class, like 30 minutes a night. I don't know if it's going to be nightly. Because I don't think we talk about it enough on here, you know what I'm saying, to get you guys comfortable. So start giving free Zoom classes. It talks about some of the basics, man, to see if we can get y'all going. We'll start putting the link up. Listen, man, we're going to bring my man A Black in here. A Black from DC, the DMV area. A Black say DC, DMV, Baltimore. Every time Miami come up there, they kick our ass. You know what I'm saying? That what A Black said. He up there in DC, about to go to a go-go club, but we caught him before you got to the go-go club. Go see Junkyard, Backyard, whatever their name is, Yard House, Yachty Boys. That man said every time Central came in there, they got beat by St. John's, they got beat by DeMatha. Say every time we come up there, we get out behind whoop. So we're gonna get up here and talk about some high school football, we're gonna talk about some Canes. Everybody in the name of Jay White done got started on you already, A Black. Everybody, they mama knows South Florida football. So that boy, so yeah, we're gonna bring him in here, man. We're gonna talk about that. He big Kane fan too, man. He got a show you want to pump, get out there. So call Storm on it. So we're gonna bring him in here. But yeah, man. So if y'all want to get involved with the stock market, remember scrolling at the bottom, man. Make sure y'all like, share. We got going on. We're gonna bring A Black in here, man. Think he been drinking or smoking or something tonight, talking about DMV area and football, man. Come on, man. Y'all can't even stop people from storming the goddamn Capitol. What the damn police said? Y'all can't even stop people from getting in the damn Capitol. Talking about stopping the blitz. Man, get on out there, man.
Hey, first of all, I want to say what's up to the people. But look, football got nothing to do with protecting the Capitol. Look. If you in charge,
protection is protection.
Look, if you entrusting the security of the Capitol with young men on football teams, then look, the nation has failed all of us, right? But no, Jay White, hey, listen to me. I agree. We all know Florida runs football. We know that, right? As a state, as a whole, we know that, and we know Dade County itself is like the Mecca. Like right. One year, Central had 22 players, if I'm not mistaken, go Division I. Like, right. That's unheard of. So we all know that. All I'm saying is the 2 times Central did play teams from up here, they lost, right? So that's what that's what we have to hold our hat on. But all I'm saying is, and all I will always say is that there are good to great players in this area that's dogs that, in my opinion, can go to the University of Miami and help the University of Miami win. Put it like this. If the players from this area are good enough to go to Virginia Tech, Maryland, LSU, but he was Raheem Jarrett, the number one receiver in the country, but he chose to stay at Maryland. Players at USC and Ohio State, if they're good enough to go to those schools, then trust me, they're good enough to go to the University of Miami and play. Because can't nobody tell me that Chase Young would not have started or been dominated playing for the University of Miami. So, yeah, we know Florida is it. You know what I'm saying? Florida's the Mecca. We got that. But we got some teams up here that can bang. DeMatha, St. John's, Gonzaga, St. Francis.
No, y'all got some heat up there now. Y'all got some real heat up there now.
Yeah.
Like with St. Francis and listen, so I want you to explain to the people, St. John's, explain to these people, St. John's, St. Francis, are they regular high schools?
No, they're Catholic high school. They're like St. Thomas Aquinas, right?
But are their kids 19, 18? How old are these kids? They are extremely big, though.
And look, it all depends who you ask and what day. You know, some days they 18, some days they may be 19. But no, I mean, they're Catholic high schools, they're private Catholic high schools. But let's take like St. John's and DeMatha, Gonzaga. They're based in DC, and DeMatha's in Maryland. Most of those teams, especially DeMatha and St. John's, are filled with DC young men that came up through the Pop Warner AYF ranks. The Watkins Hornets, which is AKA Clock Boys, Marshall Heights Bisons, the Beacon House Hornets, some of the newer programs, Showcase Sharks, City Life Raptors. They straight from DC, homegrown. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Friendship Collegiate was another powerhouse. That's where Eddie Goldman came from. That went to Florida State. Jalen Tabor, one of the best DBs at that time in his class, went to Florida. So Friendship was another good school at the time. And their head coach now, he was their head coach. He's the DB coach at Boston College. So I mean, when we talking schools, like we got a handful of schools that can go to Florida and play. But Florida in its entirety as a state, like, come on, man, y'all the best in the country. We all know that. Like y'all the best in the country. It's like pound for pound, like y'all the Floyd Mayweather, of high school football. You know what I mean? But I'm just speaking, on behalf of the DMV athletes that can play for the University of Miami, that can ball for the University of Miami and be productive and be starters. And they have that gritty dog mentality. Like, no matter where you are, the ghetto's the ghetto, no matter where you are, whether you're in Miami and if you're in the Pork and Bean Projects or you in Southeast DC, the hood is the hood. Only thing separates a young man from Dade and a young man from DC is the lingo, is the language. That's it. That's the only thing that separates them. The young men from DC, they still got that hunger, they got that passion, they got that dog in them to want to go and play. And that's all I'm saying is that the University of Miami somehow, some way needs to try to establish some type of pipeline with those schools in this area. And also Wise in PG County, I think they won like four out of the last 5 state championships. They got like a machine going on up there. Like a machine.
Wise?
Yeah, Wise. They're called Wise. They're in Upper Marlboro. Like Streeter, I'm telling you, they got like a machine, man. Their offense is like organs. Like you show a picture, then that's what they do. They show a picture on the sideline, a hamburger, KFC chicken, you know what I'm saying? Bojangles, and they know what that play is. So, we got a handful of teams that can come down to Florida and play and be competitive and to be a good game. But as a whole, Florida got it, man. Florida has it, no, without a doubt. But I definitely want to link you up, Streeter, because, like I said, I appreciate and I follow you. I've been following you for a while, and what you do with these young men is incredible, man. And I applaud you for that. I salute you for that. to get you in contact with some of the youth programs so they could come down and enter your war ready tournament. So I'm going to try to get you. I'm going to try to get you in contact with Nick Miller, the president of the Landover Seminoles, and I'm going to try to talk to Coach Lottie from Watkins and see if he'd be interested in coming down, and get contact with Mook from Marshall Heights to see if they'd be interested in some other program, and Rodney up at Beacon House to see if they'd be interested in coming, and coming to put, the DMV on the map, and just, some good fellowship, some good football, talk about, and just bring this thing together, man, and hopefully start a pipeline for the University of Miami to check out some of these youth players and follow them throughout their career, just like they do the youth programs in their own backyard. Right.
So listen, you were telling me that one of the schools sometimes hold kids back. Which school was that?
St. Francis, I believe they may reclass a player or two.
St. Francis may reclass a player or two. You saw how he explained that? Bush. Okay, so look, this is when St. Francis played against Miami Central.
In New York, Philadelphia, and Paris.
I'll show a little bit of this.
Easier for me to do.
Here in Miami.
What I was saying is, like, why is St. Francis kids so big? Like, look at, if you say it's a regular high school, right? Like, look at the old line.
It's the crab cakes, man. It's them crab cakes, all them carbs.
Man, I was just up there the other day. My girl was eating the crabs. What are the crabs called? Blue crabs or something like that?
Yeah, blue crab. Yeah.
She's eating the crab. Now, they beat the death out of Central this day, right?
Right.
They did. But look how big they were. You know what I'm saying?
They humongous, bro. They humongous.
So you're saying St. John, some of the schools, it's a thing. The kids transfer in as 11th graders sometimes.
Right.
And they reclass them to 10th grade.
Right.
To give them that extra year.
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. That's being done across the country.
It's being done across the country. It's being done everywhere. Like, children are reclassing in the 8th grade. I mean, it's being done. And guess what? The DMV didn't start it. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't have to explain. South Florida is behind on it. South Florida is behind on that. We too prideful down here. I talk to parents all the time, and they say, "Hey, you think I should hold my son back?" And I'd be like, "I don't see nothing wrong with it." They'd be like, or it goes like this: maybe you should hold him back. I mean, I don't know. And they say, "I ain't holding my son back for no football." And then I'd be like, "What's the rush to get him out of high school? You want to walk around the house naked or something? Like, why are you trying to rush?" Nah, I say hold my kid back for football. But it's like, you said you're not holding your kid back for football, but you put more time and effort into football than you do him doing homework.
Exactly.
I mean, so obviously you're banking on football to at least get him an education, because I can see it. That's where your energy is.
Right.
So down in South Florida, people are starting to do it. The white running back Mike Epstein from St. Thomas, he did it. He's in college now. Epstein just sent me a picture the other day, looking like a grown man in college. He did it. But it's not a huge thing here. But what I'm saying is it's like a system up there. And South Florida, from what I know, aren't there yet. You know what I'm saying? They aren't there yet. So you got the St. John's, and what grade is the running back in for St. John's, the big boy who's 250?
I think he graduated to be
I don't think so. He was young.
I think he graduated. I think he graduated. I don't think he's on that squad no more. I think he graduated. I don't think he's there anymore.
No, listen, bro. He was a sophomore when Kobe Bryant died, because he was down here, and I interviewed him and took a picture with him.
Because I didn't see him play in the and he may just didn't play, so he may be a junior right now. It's possible he could be a junior.
280-pound running back going crazy versus St. John's and Torn Littleton, right?
Yeah, or he could be going into his senior year.
Oh, he's 21. He did graduate. So where did he go?
Yeah, I don't know where he went. I knew he graduated. I don't know where he went.
Dang, that was fast.
Look, my son, man, my son be knowing where all these cats be going, man.
He's at University of Maryland.
All right, that makes sense. A lot of few of the St. John's players are there.
Man, that happened fast.
Rakim Jarrett is at Maryland too. He was committed. He was gonna go to LSU. He was committed to LSU, but he decommitted and chose to stay home and play for Maryland. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man. Time. Look, if you ain't paying attention, the time waits for no one, brother.
That flew by.
Yeah.
One second, moment of silence, man. They said R.I.P. Biz Marquis died.
Oh, really?
Right there, R.I.P. Nobody beats the Biz.
Oh man, I see that. Wow.
Is that true? Let me see. Dead at Biz Marquis, dead at 57, big bro.
Oh man.
Shout out to Biz Marquis, bro. Like,
Yeah, shout out to the Biz. Shout out to the Vapors.
He was 57 years old.
Man. Did they? I guess it really don't matter. Did they say what he transitioned from?
He struggled with health issues related to a decade-long battle with 2 types of diabetes.
Okay. Oh man, prayers go out to his family, man. Prayers go out to his family.
R.I.P. Biz, man. The Vapors. So listen, man, I'm going to talk to you about this right here.
What's up?
Because we got something to come this game right here. Mater Dei versus St. Francis.
I think Mater Dei won this game.
Okay, so that's our guy right there, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's not our guy.
That's the guy we're gonna be trying to stop.
Bryce Young, the Alabama quarterback, as a senior, faced St. Francis, the same team that tore Central alive, and beat them. And when I asked, how did Mater Dei beat St. Francis under the radar? I asked these guys. You know what they said?
What they say?
Bryce Young.
I mean, when you got the X factor at what many people say the most important position in the game of football, you can be in every game. And it's not like Mater Dei didn't have talent. So you got talent with arguably the best player in the country.
No, Mater Dei was #1 in the nation now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take my chances, and I got the best quarterback in the nation too. I'm gonna take my chances.
So, but what I'm saying is, that's how good he is, and that goes into the Kane stuff that we're talking about. Us facing him early and him. I don't think he's like I said. I don't think he's going to be like the weak spot. I think he's a phenom. I think he has the poise. I think he can stay in the pocket. He can pass it. He can run it if he has to. I just think him being surrounded by a bunch of talent that doesn't have the experience, Miami has to take advantage of early.
And I was getting ready to, and you stole my thunder a little bit because I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the talent around him would be a little young, and Miami definitely has to take care of that. Take advantage of that. Rattle him a little bit, put some pressure on him. Make him do a lot of thinking. Keep him off his sweet spot. Quarterbacks like a sweet spot back there. Keep the pocket messy, not clean, so he can't step up in the pocket, but he also can run. So we got to be able to have somebody contain him too.
Right.
So, I mean, look, it's going to be a tall order. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a tall order because he wasn't who he was in high school for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's not at Alabama.
Wow, you saw that?
Yeah, that was a late hit. That was real.
Oh, damn.
Look, that was come off the stands and
That's what we doing?
Yeah. But no, we're gonna have to look, man. We're gonna have to be ready for everything, you know. And the quarterback is never accounted for in the run game. So Manny and the defensive staff gonna have to put together a good plan, you know, maybe put a spy on him or something. But yeah, he's gonna have to be accounted for every time.
Right. So listen, so the time that you were talking about Miami Central came up there and lost once, right?
Yeah.
Deerfield, I just sat down with Deerfield coach Fife. They came up there and they got whooped by St. John's last year. You said who else came up there and lost?
I think that was it. That was it.
Central.
Just Central. I just remember Central coming up.
And then Central came up and lost to St. John's in the rain in overtime.
I remember that.
Yeah. But like I said, now, hey, we're going to talk about South Florida. I mean, American Heritage beat the Mather. St. Thomas beat the Mather.
Yeah, hey, St. Thomas did beat the Mather. And it's funny, right? When we were talking about that offline, and I thought when you said that, I thought about the next week when St. Thomas went and played Bishop Gorman.
Right.
And you could hear one of the players from Bishop Gorman say, "We ain't DeMatha." And I'm like, man, I said, DeMatha losing twice. I'm like, man, I said, DeMatha losing twice.
Did they beat Bishop Gorman? I think they did.
No, they lost to Bishop
Gorman. They lost
Gorman.
that close game, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I think Brother Jordan was on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quarterback too, right?
Yeah, Tate Martell, yep.
Tate Martell just missed the NIL, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure enough did. And Bubba Bowden was on that team too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, three Canes, right?
Yeah.
Go figure.
Some of the best games we've had the last couple of years too.
Right, but no, man. But you know, it's all a lot of fun, man, and love. But I respect Florida ball. Most definitely South Florida. You know, Dade County. We respect it, man. You know, our youth teams come down here every year and play in the Super Bowl. Whether it was Pop Warner back in the day, and we've won some. Marshall Heights. I know Mook won like 4. Watkins itself won 3. Beacon House won some. But they played.
White Oak had everybody number.
Yeah, White Oak came down. Yeah, you know, and I watched one game on tape. They played Liberty City. Like, I don't know what year it was, but Liberty City had some, man, they had some grown men on that Pee Wee team. I mean, so, yeah, like, look, we know all about South Florida ball. Like, yeah, we know all about it. Like, when it's time to play a team from Florida, you better have both chin straps up because somebody about to get their transmission knocked out. They're gonna be, you know, oil spill with 95.
So we're gonna hook that up, man. Hook that up with the youth football. We're gonna try to get some of them teams down here to war ready, bro. Y'all doing y'all thing up there, youth football. Maryland Heat definitely. I know those guys. I haven't got them to come to any of our events yet. But we definitely gonna reach out to them, try to get them to come to war ready. Off the camera, we were talking, man, and I asked you, did you think Manny was the answer, right?
But you can put me on this spot.
Actually, did you think Manny was the answer, dog? Do you think Manny is the answer, dog?
Oh man, you're a dirty dude. That's
a hard question to answer. That's
you're a dirty dude. Oh my God. Nah. I mean, when you look back at some of the worst losses that we've have obtained in the program history, FIU, La Tech, then North Carolina last year.
Right.
It would make you say, like, nah, he's not, or just be reserved and have a wait and see moment and wait what year 3 looks like. You know, it'll have you like that. But like then, like on the flip side, you know, like someone said, if you admit to that he's not, then you're admitting that Miami's going to fail. And us as Cane fans, you know, we don't never want to say our team is going to fail.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I told you, I just think it's hard. It's hard to explain. FIU, how we lost to North Carolina, losing to Oklahoma State in the bowl game, down 21-0.
Right.
Just name them. It's a few more bad losses out there, right? What, Louisiana Tech, was that many?
That was the bowl game.
That was many?
Yeah, that was a bowl game. That was Dan Eno's last game coaching at the University of Miami. That's the game.
Ever won a bowl game?
No, Manny hasn't. Not as a head coach, but as a DC, he won the bowl game when we beat West Virginia. And Mark Richt was the head coach, but as a head coach, no, he hasn't won a bowl game yet. Right.
So I think he's making one thing he is doing. He's making changes on the run. He's making them fast.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that. Doing that. And I salute you, Coach Diaz, for doing that. I salute you for that.
He's making changes. He's making changes on the run, making them fast. But man, those losses, man, those can't be explained. Even being up at North Carolina, 4th and 18.
Yeah, like 4th and 12 or something like that.
And that's for us to lose that. Yeah, so some of that stuff just can't be explained. I don't know if you can show me a coach that went through that and turned it around and got to the level of where we're trying to see the Canes get to.
Right. You know, most people, most folk will always say, well, Dabo Swinney first few years was rough, but it wasn't. His first couple of years were rough. Clemson wasn't Clemson that we know now when he first started. You know what I'm saying? Clemson turnaround was that year when Taj Boyd last year. Yeah.
That's nasty.
What'd he say?
4th and 17 when we lost.
Yeah. That was But Clemson was never Clemson, and until like that Taj Boyd season. But like I said, man, it's like year 3. It's time to put that thing together. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put it together. No excuses. Those are tools for the incompetent. Used to build great monuments of nothing. Excuses only satisfy those who uses them.
What did you say? Say it again.
I said excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to build great monuments of nothing. Excuses only satisfies those who uses them.
Ooh, that's deep, boy.
So I mean, right now, but like someone else, like somebody said, and like we said a little earlier behind closed doors, was like we get players, we get talent, and that's showing like right now what they're doing in recruiting, what they did last year. And just the buzz we got, and we have a great coaching staff that are teachers, and these young men are going to learn and get developed. So now it's time for us. It's time for us to show our best foot. It's been long enough for us being doormat and not being at the center stage. College football is better when Miami is Miami, and I think that's where we all want this program to be. Right. We all want this program to be at the upper echelon, the top 4 teams in the country, top 5 teams in the country. That's what we want this program to be. And if Manny's that guy, then salute to Manny. Like, because change is tough. Like to get rid of him and bring some change, it's tough.
Right.
Then like you said, if not Manny, then who you bring in here?
Yeah. I mean, that's the tough thing. I mean, the school has showed us that we can't trust who they're gonna hire. I mean, so yelling for change. I mean, you keep doing the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? You know the definition of that.
Yeah.
We can't trust who they're gonna hire. So in the comment section, I want y'all to let me know. Like, I want to see continuity at Miami, and if it's 10-win Manny or mediocre Manny, I want to see what the team look like with continuity, the same staff doing the same thing over and over again, and see if maybe that can the Pittsburgh Steelers, the way the Pittsburgh Steelers do business. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't fire their coaches, they just keep riding. Do you guys like? Would you guys rather just see Manny ride it out for the next 5 years and see if he can get it right, or do y'all want to just switch staffs again? Hand it over to Lashley. Like Lashley may be the guy for the job, you know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comment section below. Do y'all want to see Manny? Let's just stick put for 5 years and see if he can get it right. Or do you guys like, listen, man, we lose 5 games this year, dog. He got to go.
5 games.
How y'all feel about that? Let me know in the comments. It's a little delayed, so they'll answer. They're gonna answer a little late, but my man Kyle Brent said, man, he has been making progress in my opinion. I like step by step with coaches, though. You shouldn't need 3 or 4 years to get it right. Right. But it seems as if, see, this is the problem, Cal. It seems as if Manny has a bad year and get fired. The one time we saw Miami pull their bootstraps up and go search for a coach, they ended up with Mark Richt. I was okay with Mark Richt. He started off on fire. Then he handed the reins over to his son, went fishing. I don't know what the fuck he did. But he got missing on us. You know what I'm saying? Like something happened. So if Manny does get fired, like I don't trust them to go hire. Who would you want to see Miami hire? They're not gonna hire him. Whoever it is you want to see. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna hire him. Who would you want to see Miami hire, Black?
Man, I mean the popular name out there is Mario, right? Like, and this is all hypothetical, right? This is if Manny wasn't here, or let's just say we back at Mark Richt and we want to bring in a coach. You know, the popular name was Mario Cristobal at the time. So yeah, that's who I would roll with. You know, that's who I would go with.
He said Cristobal.
Right.
But they're not gonna hire him. Mario Cristobal. How much money does Mario Cristobal worth now?
A lot.
You still want Butch? Cal still want Butch? Butch 68 years old.
Hey, what y'all think about Matt Campbell from Iowa State? What y'all think about that guy?
Matt Campbell from Iowa State.
Yeah.
Hold up, wait up. I'm gonna walk out for a second. Hold it down for me, all right?
All right, I got you.
You handle this by yourself, bro?
I got you, brother.
We trying to find out if we rather Manny ride out for 5 years, we have continuity, Manny and Lashley trying to take on the Giants, or you guys want to see him get out here and trust that Blake them going to do the right thing and they not.
I mean, look, I'm all about continuity. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Manny. I want to see Manny do well. I want to see him succeed. Why? Continuity is like, look at all the great teams we've had in the past. You know, one thing stands out: the continuity of the coaches. You know, the coaching staff. They've been together for years. You know, Art Kehoe is like, we all know how legendary he is, and he's been on pretty much every championship staff. But it's always been continuity. You know, and if we break that up, there's no telling what the next 2 recruiting classes or the next 1 recruiting class would look like if people would stay, if people would stick. You know, so continuity is important. You know, unless you're gonna promote from within, but then who you gonna promote? You know, you're gonna give it to T-Rob. Would you give it to Rhett? So my thing is, it's too much uncertainty there, and you don't know who you can go get. So my thing is, like, we all need to be banking that Manny 3rd year is that year where this thing gets turned around in the right direction to keep this staff, to keep the head coach. You know, because like somebody just mentioned, he is doing a lot of good things. He's done a lot of great things to get the program, to try to get this thing stabilized and get this just to get that sour taste out of our mouth for over 10 years, you know, over 10 years. So I'm all for continuity. I wish the coach well. I want him to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want all the players to be successful. My man Streeter, he'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Black, I'm one part of co-host of the Storm Warning Show. My man Big Slaughter, you know, y'all can go check us out on Storm Warning. Like, subscribe to the page. We appreciate that.
Shameless plug. Why you think ain't there? Shameless plug.
I know you did because I hear you. But like for y'all just coming in, we were just talking about Florida football compared to the DMV.
Tell people about your show, bro. Tell them about your show.
Oh, well, me and my man Storm Warning show, my man Big Slaughter. We bring hurricane content. We talk about recruiting. Last week we put together our version of an all-time hurricane team. So if y'all go back and check that, you would notice like some players not up there. Like Michael Irvin, nobody picked him because the rules at first was you couldn't pick Edgerrin James, Michael Irvin, Ray Lewis, like those were, and Sean Taylor. Those were the people like, and Ed Reed, like you couldn't pick them. So later in the week, my man hit me up and said, we could use them. But I already had like my squad picked up. I already had my squad together. So I just left it. And I posted it on Facebook and the Kane group me, and my team won. I'm going to read my team off to y'all. Y'all tell me. I'm going to read the teams off, and y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm going to read the teams off, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Where the hell is it? All right. So his team was Team A. He had at quarterback, he had Derek King. He had at wide receivers, he had Reggie Wayne, Philip Dorsett, Travis Benjamin, Lamar Thomas, Duke Johnson at running back. His offensive line was Eric Winston, Vernon Carey, Devon Donaldson, Eric Flowers, and Orlando Franklin. On defense, he was running the 4-2-5. He had Greg Rousseau, Gerald Willis, Vince Warfork, Jalen Phillips, Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma. He had Sean Taylor as striker, Antrell Roll, Kelly Jennings, Brandon Merriweather, and Kenny Phillips. We all know that's the bomb team, right? So now here's my team. On offense, I had Brad Kaya, Andre Johnson, Ahmad Richards, Santana Moss, Kellen Winslow, Willis McGahee, Brian McKinney, Leon Searcy, Jim Otto, Casey Jones, and Brett Romberg. On defense, I had Calais Campbell, Daniel Stubbs, the late, great Jerome Brown, Warren Sapp, Dan Morgan, Jesse Armstead, DJ Williams, Philip Buchanan, Ryan McNeil, Ed Reed, and Benny Blade. That was my team. That was my team. And on both platforms, my team won. We won. And like I was telling him, my man, I said on defense, I said my 2 D tackles are pretty much going to be unstoppable. Like pretty much unstoppable. Who
your D tackles was?
My D tackles was Jerome Brown and Warren Sapp, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like Jerome Brown was Mr. Miami. He was like, that guy. You know what I'm saying? Now his D tackles was Jill Willis and Big Vince. And I'm like, Vince would have been a problem, but I think my offensive line is superior. The offensive line that I had. But
so how did y'all grade it? How did y'all pick who won? How did y'all figure that out?
We posted it, like his friend did a poll on Instagram, and then I posted it on the Canes group and Facebook, and I asked them, what team. I said, what team are y'all rolling with? Let us know. And I didn't tell them what team was mine or what team was Big Slaughter's. So in the comment section, I had like 20 people was for my team to like maybe 5 people for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, he was running the spread offense. And I told him, I said, I could run a spread too. I said, I could run a spread. I said, I could use Kellen Winslow just like they use Brevin Jordan. I said, don't forget that. I said, but Kellen Winslow, I could also line him up as traditional because he's a better blocker than Brevin was also, and I could run him from there. So it was cool. We went back and forth. If y'all see the last show, we went back and forth. It was cool though. But like I told him, I would take his team against any other team in the country. I would take his team. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't pick his team against the team that I put together. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pick Michael Irvin because those were some of the players that we said we wasn't going to choose, but then he said, "Go ahead, we could pick anybody." But I had my team together. Like I could have picked Michael Irvin. It would have been unfair to me. It would have been unfair. Like Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, and Santana Moss or Mon Richards. That's unfair. Whit Keller Winslow to me, it's like unstoppable. Like I don't care who you got out there at DB. You're not shutting down that receiving core right there at all. But just like I said, like Warren Sapp and Jerome Brown, they're gonna command so much. But you still got Daniel Stubbs out there, who I believe still holds the sack record with like 18 sacks, maybe for the University of Miami. Daniel Stubbs, who was a beast, and then you got Calais Campbell on the other side playing DN. And I'm like, I give him linebacker. I said, what? Dan Morgan, Jesse Armstead, and DJ Williams. Like, yo, that's not chopped liver, bro. Those are like three of the greatest linebackers to ever practice on Green Tree.
How good was Rusty Medeiros? Was he overrated?
Who?
Rusty Medeiros. You remember Rusty Medeiros?
I don't.
The white guy, the white defensive lineman played with
was it number 86?
He played with Sapp. He was there with Marshall Faulk played. We played against Marshall Faulk.
He was a utility guy. He was okay. He served his purpose. You need those guys. Like Walters on the 91 chip on the 2001 championship team. Walters, you know what I'm saying, who deflected the pass, or not deflected the pass, but caught the interception and every stripped it from him. You need guys like that. You know what I'm saying? That know they role and that's gonna play. But since you brought up Marshall Faulk, let me tell you something. And I brought this up on our show, Streeter. The biggest recruitment blunder felt in history, in my opinion, in the University of Miami history, was when Dennis Erickson told Marshall Faulk he's not going to recruit him for running back. He wanted him for DB because they were recruiting Darnell Ferguson. Now, no shot to brother Ferguson. He was nice, but he's no Marshall Faulk. Can you imagine Marshall Faulk on that 91-92 Miami football team, bro?
Yeah, listen, I got the video on Footballville with Marshall Faulk telling that story. I'm going to pull it up in a second.
Bro, I mean, like everybody in the chat, I just want y'all to.
Dennis Erickson told him straight up.
Yeah, told him straight up.
And he said, every time I saw Dennis Erickson, from that point on in my career, I was gonna bust his ass.
Yeah, exactly. When he was coaching for the Seahawks, and Marshall was with the Rams, he was torching them. Like everybody in the chat, I want y'all to just think about what that offense would have looked like with Marshall Faulk on that 91-92 team. Like he rushed for 1,800 yards at San Diego State. Imagine what he would have done at Miami.
But they say his high school team was still, Patrick Surtain, I think big brother played against Marshall Faulk because they're from New Orleans.
Okay.
They said their high school team was so bad that he didn't have any running back film. He had like 10 interceptions, like 8 return for touchdowns from cornerback position. And they said the high school team was so bad that he didn't have a lot of film at running back.
Hey, but sometimes you gotta recognize an athlete and be like, you know what, man, he played running back. Well, you can always switch his position once you get him here. But let him try at running back first. And if it don't pan out, if you don't like what you see, then you switch him to DB. You think he'd be a better DB. But if Marshall would have touched ground on Green Tree practice field, there would be a picture of him on the fence right now. He would have never saw defense a day in his life. Because guess what? When they played Miami that year, Marshall Faulk gave them everything they could handle.
They did. He had 100-some yards.
Yeah, he gave them everything he could handle.
Right. He would have been there with who was the other running backs?
Who was that? 91? Was Jones there? Was Jones? It would have been Jones. I want to say Mark McGuire from Brooklyn, New York, I believe was on the team. Larry Jones, number 23, was on the squad then.
I know the people in the comment section, though. They know everything.
Right. But guess what? You have Marshall, bro. Like Marshall combined with those backs that we had. Like, come on, man. We win 91. We win 92 against Bama. Like, like every time I think about that, I'm like, yo, oh God. Look, that would have added to the number of Hurricane players we have in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Right. I mean, Danielle, how good was Danielle? Who he said he was coming in, Danielle?
Danielle Ferguson. He wore number 1. And according to everybody, he was pretty good, and he was like that in high school. I mean, yeah, he was nice in high school. That's what they say.
No. You know what? You know what's funny, fool? Danielle Ferguson, right? The running back, right?
Right.
It's funny that I'm thinking this hat I got on came from Danielle Ferguson. I just put 2 and 2 together and thought that's my homeboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but I didn't put it together when he was saying, you know what I'm saying, who they was recruiting. Right. I thought he was recruiting somebody else. I didn't know it was Danielle Ferguson. I thought it was a bigger back.
It was Ferguson. But hey, look, hey, shout out to D Ferg. Hey, look, you was still like that. Appreciate you coming to Miami. I do. You would like that, bro. You was definitely official, But
he did his thing. He did.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find the video.
Yeah, he definitely did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you talk about Marshall after we saw what Marshall became after that first year at San Diego State, and it's like, man, we could have had that dude on our team. It's almost like the Amari Carter effect, right? Like, damn, look what Amari Carter's doing at Bama, or Jerry Jeudy, or Patrick Peterson. It's like, damn, we could have had them. Yeah, it's that Marshall effect, man.
Check it out.
Marshall Faulk tells what we all suspected, tells the story. So the full bit.
And nobody, I don't even know if people even.
But this
is classic shit. Bro.
I went to Carver at the time when I was there was the last school you got to go to when you got kicked out of all public high school. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like, this is, and nobody, I don't even know if people even know this. Season I might be the only ones on this call. I never even talked about it.
So this was a tribute to the wide receiver coach that everybody loves, CJ.
Oh yeah, and Curtis Johnson. Oh yeah.
All these guys were on the Zoom call. All of them on the call. You'll see, fool. This is classic football music.
So the only reason he got to see me was because he came to see Ray Peterson. He was like the top 1 or 2 receivers in the state. And so they were playing us. And then he was down there recruiting. So we're playing Ray, and I'm at DB. And so I was the cover player. I was one-on-one with Ray the whole game. I had him the whole game. He caught 1 pass the whole game. But in that game, I also played quarterback, running back. So he took the thing back to the coach at San Diego State and said, listen, this kid can play.
Can y'all hear this? Can everybody hear it? Give me thumbs up if y'all can hear it.
If you want to play, we should let him play. And that's literally how it started. And aside from that, and Coach Erickson telling me I couldn't play.
Get that up, Jay Blaze.
University of Miami. Every time I played when he was at Seattle, I gave him the business. So I got him fired.
See, you said you got him fired.
Facts.
I'm going to go slap Coach E right now. That was my coach too, Marshall. I want y'all to tell me, he sat me down and he said, Marshall, you'll never play running back. We have a guy named Donnell Bennett coming in.
Donnell Bennett.
Bennett.
Wait up, dog. Wait up. Listen, we're going to rewind that a little bit. For the people who just got in here, man, we were just telling the story of Marshall Faulk and Coach Erickson botching up, not getting Marshall Faulk. And this is Marshall Faulk this footballville video, Marshall Faulk telling a story of how, I'm going to put the link in the description, telling the story of how Dennis Erickson jacked up his recruitment.
But whatever position he want to play, we should let him play. And that's literally how it started. And aside from that, and Coach Erickson telling me I couldn't play running back for the University of Miami. That's why every time I played when he was at Seattle, I gave him the business. So I got it fired. No. Hey, I'm going to go slap Coach E right now. That was my coach too, Marshall. I want y'all to tell me, he sat me down and he said, Marshall, you'll never play running back. We have a guy named Donnell Bennett coming in, and he's just better than you. I was like, all right, coach. That's deep right there, boss. Hey, tell us how you really feel. I know. I'm just telling you guys. I'm just filling you guys in. I'm giving you guys the good stuff. I'm not giving this to anybody. I'm giving you guys the good stuff, just so y'all know. And yes, here's the connection. My high schools are the same color. It's the University of Miami. Oh, man. I'm about to call Coach E right now, slap him. Because I said, man, Marshall used to run so hard. I said, well, he can run around you and you run. I said, you had to bring it. You couldn't bring no paper plates to that party when you went to tackle him. You had to make sure you buckle up. And now I see that you was running with vengeance. Listen, hey, Mike. We played y'all. We came down to Miami and we came to play y'all. And so we had from California, I'm sorry, we had a bunch of California cats. So they had never had people talk smack. So like the high school we played, that's all we do. So we lined up. And y'all running through the warm-up line. They ain't saying nothing. K-Dubs that ran through every line. Bumping y'all guns at them, ain't saying nothing back. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you cats, man? And we lined up. Jesse talking to me. You ain't getting nothing today. All right. And they gave me a little drum. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, he can play. Oh my goodness. I think we needed like X-Files to write breaks a record. We was like, man, he ain't gonna get that on us. He ain't getting on us, right? And then after the game, we was like, yeah, he didn't get it. Then somebody starts like, man, he got it.
Like 120 yards.
I needed like a buck 20. Y'all were averaging as a defense, giving up like 80 a game. Nobody rushed over 100 yards on it. Nobody.
Right.
You killed us. All right, yeah. Anyways, yeah. But for C's, man, and I can understand you going from New Orleans, Miami, stuff like that. But I mean, to go all the way out on the West Coast, and I literally, man, I went out there with 2 duffel bags and like $200. I swear to God, I didn't have anything. And the rest of it, like, staying with other players and stuff like that. But I went to school early to make sure I couldn't say it wasn't no fault. It wasn't no feeling. I couldn't go back home or nothing. But to have somebody there with you that losing your father, being away from your family, and being out there, having somebody in your ear constantly to support you, but yet to push you as a young man. Because, I don't know if we are, but 2 games into my college career, I was on ESPN every night. It was just crazy, and to keep me grounded.
So Marshall Faulk just said something interesting. 2 games into his college career, he was on ESPN. I thought he sat longer than that. So he only sat for 2 games?
Yeah, because he pretty much played his freshman year.
Senior got hurt. Because I remember.
Because he had
Because the senior got hurt.
Yeah. And then his sophomore, I think it's.
Yeah.
Hold on, Like he had 1,800 yards one year. I don't know if it was his freshman year or his sophomore year, but yeah, he rushed for like 1,800 one year, something like that, something crazy. He was going bananas in the WAC back then, the Western Athletic Conference that it used to be called. You know what I'm saying? Like just destroying everybody. Like the night he played BYU on a Thursday night, he rushed for like 299 yards. Like just destroyed BYU.
So I'm looking at it now. So in 1991, how could I tell was he a freshman? Because I thought he sat longer than that. So he only sat for 2 games. Then the starter got hurt. Because if he only played 3 years, that means he had to be that doesn't mean he had to be a freshman, huh? I'm gonna look up his Wikipedia. Heisman voting 91, 92, and 93. First round overall pick 1994.
Yeah, he played 3 years. He came out after his junior year.
So so his freshman year was 91?
Yep.
So so I always remembered it like Marshall Faulk didn't even start his freshman year. It was only 2 games.
Look, his freshman year, in one game, he rushed for 386 yards.
I remember watching the games.
As a true freshman.
In my mind, I just remember him being behind the senior, and I thought the senior played. I thought he sat for at least a year, but it was only 2 games into the season.
Yeah, September 14th. That's when he rushed for 386.
Oh, bro, listen, I remember all those. I remember rushing home to watch him play. I remember all those games.
Oh man, I watched him all the time, bro. Like, yo, he was a phenom, like that quarterback you talking about that we got to face in a couple months.
Right.
You know, it's sometimes no matter how good the defense is, they're gonna get theirs.
No, the elite. Listen, bro. Here's what people don't understand. The elite of the elite. Most NFL players, are going to get theirs.
Right.
Luke Johnsons. The elite of the elite. Is not much you could do to stop them.
Exactly.
When they're elite like that. That Miami defense had who? Sapp and had God and everybody on their defense.
Yeah, they have Michael Barrow, Darren Smith, and Jesse Armstead. They had the Bermuda Triangle, bro.
Right. That man rushed for 128 yards.
Yeah, and they didn't give up 100 yards to nobody all season. You had the 3 best linebackers arguably in the country that all went went to the league. All 3 of them. 2 of them won Super Bowls.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, and he dropped a $120 on him. Like, here, give me that. Let me get that change. Here you go.
What'd you say? He dropped a $120?
Yeah, dropped a $120 on him. Like, hey.
I remember the game though. It was a rough $120, dog.
Oh yeah, it was. He ran like a grown man that night.
It was definitely a tough $120.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It wasn't like gashing holes. He had to grind for that. And I'm pretty sure, like, like he said, like Michael Barrow said, he earned their respect that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who this is at quarterback? Geno?
Yeah, Geno. I think this was Geno's Heisman year. This was the year where they was like Marshall could have won it.
Right.
But I think this was Geno's Heisman year. Or was it 92 he won the Heisman? Because that's the year we lost to Alabama.
See, a lot of the runs were like that.
Right. Like, man, that defense was just – that thing was stout. I mean, that's all you can – I mean –
It's Randy Shannon, right?
Oh, Dennis – I don't know if Randy Shannon was the D coordinator for Dennis Erickson. This was 91.
See, that's not even Marshall Faulk right there.
Nah, that's not Faulk. Like, when Marshall in the game because it looked different. Because he looked different.
Oh, up top. Blue.
Man.
44 was in the game a whole lot. Well, did Marshall get hurt this game or something?
I don't know. Was that Marshall? Is that Marshall right there
Mm,
in the slot?
they split him out in slot.
Yeah, because you know they used to split him out.
Yeah, look at it. He had wide receivers right there.
Yeah, they used to split him out.
Michael Barrow.
So do you think the Orange Bowl being gone has affected the program?
Affected it how? That's a tricky question.
Like a true home field advantage, you know?
I think that's funny you say that, bro. Listen, Notre Dame versus Miami that night was true home field advantage, right?
It was rocking.
Here's the thing. If Miami was the way it is now, even with the Orange Bowl, nobody would be there.
Got you. I got you.
And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below. Miami is a front running, like we all remember winning in the Orange Bowl. That's why I always was rocking. If Miami is mediocre, the Orange Bowl wouldn't be crowded.
I can agree with that. I could definitely go with that.
If Miami ever starts winning and can pack that stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, consistently, that'll be a hell of a home field advantage.
Yeah, because that Notre Dame game, yeah, it was loud, bro. And it's funny. It's funny. I think my man was on the show tonight. He was watching it. My man, my bro Damon. He's a Notre Dame fan, and I was over his house watching it on his 70-inch TV. And you know, he went to bed. He went to bed on me because they was getting whipped.
I thought Miami was gonna lose that night too.
And
we had just beat Virginia Tech, and I just couldn't see us
doubling down.
Yeah, Notre Dame was overrated though, but I couldn't see. Yeah, I couldn't see us getting up for that game, but that was the first time I remember the linebacker Pinkney saying when they came across the bridge, turnpike to come into the stadium, and they saw how crowded it was. That was the first time the kids got to see that. Oh hell, we do have fans. We got Rabbit fans.
Right.
But that's how.
Man, like Notre Dame is to me always overrated. Like every time they end the college playoff series, they get blown out. They don't even make it competitive, man.
Right.
At all.
There was times when the Orange Bowl wasn't crowded, but we don't remember those times. Just like we don't remember Michael Jordan getting his ass kicked. Like we only remember the good times. The Orange Bowl wasn't always rocking. You know what I'm saying? There was games people didn't go to.
Yeah. Like the Rutgers and all that stuff.
So if you put those teams inside a Hard Rock Stadium, it's the same. It'll be the same thing. Maybe they're not as close to the field. Like Orange Bowl, the fans were really, really close to the field.
Right.
But it's a lot more seats, man, and it's kind of domed up now. It'll get crazy.
Look,
they gotta win, bro. They gotta do they have to do their part first.
Yeah, you gotta win, man.
Yeah, they gotta win. And that's it.
And that's all, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you know. That's all these young 17, 18-year-old young men, that's all they want to see. Like, you recruit me, all right, I want to see the product on the field. I want to see you win.
Right.
I want to come into something that's winning, you know. And that's gonna make me a believer. Like, okay, once I get there, you're gonna coach me up so I can be able to do that on the field on Saturday night or Thursday nights and whenever we play to help me get to the league. Because let's be honest, every young man that goes D1, their aspirations are to go to the league. That's their goal.
Right.
You know. And look, and I tell cats, hey, look, the coaches, they're gonna use you to get them to get to where they want to go. Some coaches want to get to the league. Some coaches, position coaches, want to become a head coach in college. So they're gonna coach you the hell up and use your talent to get their next job.
Yeah.
So take all that coaching and use it to get to the next level. But also remember, you got to feed that brain and get that education. So when you're not playing no more and you got money, you can come up here and you can learn how to use the stock market with my man Streeter and invest your money. Let your money work for you.
When I talked to Dallas Turner, and we about to get up and get out of here, boy, we had an hour. When I talked to Dallas Turner, I asked him, he's a 17-year-old kid.
Right.
His entire life, he only thing he has seen is Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, ranked college football.
Right.
Miami is still running off the swag and the stories and the old videos and you know what I'm saying of the players of the old, and it's amazing that brand is still running, that the kids can get a glimpse of the 30 for 30 and be like, damn, what Miami dudes were cool, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Miami's still running off that. But think if you was a kid and all you ever saw was Alabama, Ohio State, you would think that they run just the same way we thought Miami ran college football.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that they run college football.
That's true. Facts. That's absolutely true. Like my son has always been a diehard Hurricane fan, right?
Yeah.
But now he likes Ohio State too now.
Right.
And you know what he says? He's like, Dad, if I'm ever in a position, if I'm ever that good as a DB or a player to be recruited by both, he says, I know Ohio State sends DBs to the league. I want to see what Miami do.
Right.
So that's how it is now.
This little girl right here, this girl in the back is my stepdaughter. That's my girlfriend's daughter. When we told her that Miami was once good at football, she laughed at us.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm.
She said, why y'all
She thought we were joking.
Wow.
Right. And that's coming from a 22-year-old that's not looking for the videos, that's not into football, right? So she's vaguely into football because she's a cheerleader, but she knows Alabama is. So we told her Miami was. She laughed. She thought it was a joke.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. So a lot of times we can't blame these kids, man. I mean, Miami has dug their own hole, and they gotta get out of it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta dig themselves out of it.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
But listen, man, tell the people where they can find your show. I see y'all spamming up the comment section.
That was and you can find us at Storm Warning on YouTube. IG is Storm Warning A Black. So you can find us there. Facebook group, same thing, Storm Warning. And come through, check us out, check us out, come support. We appreciate it. And hey, Streeter, my man, hey, like I said, bro, I appreciate you giving me this platform tonight to get up here and rap to you a little bit. But I'm gonna get on that thing. I'm gonna get on that thing for you with the youth, youth coaches, and I'm gonna get them your information so they can reach out to you. So we can make it happen, man. Go down there.
Bro, listen, you already DMV. Just recruit them down here. You got the dates. Get them down here, and we'll line them up.
Hey, that's it. Line them up on the 50 and let's play some ball.
That's right, man. I appreciate y'all. Listen, man, y'all want to get involved with the stock market, learn about Bitcoin, the number scrolling at the bottom. It's Friday. Y'all about to go blow some money on some bullshit. We always spending money on shit that ain't worth nothing, but they ain't never got no money to invest and make money. Y'all to go throw it up at the strip club and won't put it in goddamn Amazon. Your number scrolling at the bottom, man. 786-405-9499. Send us a text. Tell me y'all want to get down. We about to get up out of here, man. Anything else you want to tell the people, bro?
Nah, man. I appreciate y'all, and let's look forward to let's look forward to a winning season this year. Yo, go Canes! It's all about the U, baby.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Likewise.
Yo. All right, man. Listen, man. Y'all want to join, become a member. The number is in the description. I had to get up out of here. Now it's 9:49. Then we're gonna drop maybe one video tonight, or maybe we got another Cane video we gotta drop. Maybe we'll drop it in the morning. It's a little late tonight. We dropped the video earlier today. Go check it out, man. The truth, what really happened with Wesley Basaint. You know what I'm saying? We dropped that video today. If y'all didn't see that part of the video, go check that out. And I appreciate y'all, man. I'm D, and I'm out.